Create in Bloom event. I just had a little snafu here. Poor Jeff. I said, bring me my iPad, and he brought me his, and I've been charging his for the whole time. So let me get over here to mine so I can share myself over. How's everybody doing? Okay. Let me find YouTube. I hope I'm signed into my YouTube on my phone here. That'd be something, wouldn't it? It has been a crazy, crazy day today. Yes, I'm there. I'm there. Okay, let me find myself real quick, guys. View my channels, what I want to do. And I want to add this to my own playlist. Hold on just a second. Let me get going here. I think Robin is up. She was supposed to go to 3:15, if I'm not mistaken. Let me click on it here. I hope I know my own page here. Sometimes you just never know what you know and what you don't know. Let me see, make sure I'm in the right place here. Hey, Valerie, how are you doing? It has been a day, let me tell you. This weather has affected everybody. And I'll give you an update on my sister here in just a second. Hold on just a minute. Make sure that I am in my right place here. Oh, goodness. Let me see here. Where am I at? Where am I at? There I am. There I am. I always laugh when people are trying to find themselves on their page, and here I'm doing it. Yep, 3:15. Okay, let me put my laptop up here. Jeff gave me his, he brought me my iPad over a couple hours ago, and I told him, I said, I need my iPad. And he brought me his, and I went to go live just a few minutes ago, and I'm not hooked up to his iPad. Hey, Alicia. Oh, wait, Alicia. You know what? Hold on. Yep, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. It has been crazy. Let me grab my wire here real quick. What did I do with that wire? I had bought some rebar wire, and I'm going to need it because I couldn't find a handle. Okay, update on my sister. Scared me to death. Let me get this wire out real quick because I'm going to need a little piece of it. Ugh. I bought me some rebar wire off of Amazon. I've been wanting some of it. Well, you know, right now it is really clear for us, Deb. Really clear for us, but I know some people's got some weather going on because that's affecting everything. Everything. Let me pull this out. Hey, Maria. Hey, Linda from Broken Bow. Let me just get a piece of this tore off so I can put it up and get it out of my way. I'm going to need it. If I can cut it. Hold on. I don't want to poke anybody's eye out. I didn't grab my right clippers here. And my hand is just not very strong right now. Let me see if I can get them with these. Yes, Michelle's taking, my sister has some long-term COVID issues from COVID and has a lot of health issues from it. And they were working on her balance. And so I called her yesterday just to ask her if she was ready for me to take her to physical therapy in town. And she didn't sound right. And she sounded like she was having a stroke. And so I kept her on the phone, got down there, didn't have a house key. And she just lives, I can literally see her house from my house. Didn't have a key. And so what I did is I got hold of my niece who lives 30 minutes away. She was on her way. Her daughter-in-law lives here in town. I knew she had a key, so we all got there. And she was having the effects of a stroke. And we got her in the ambulance, got her to Tahlequah. and she's had a TIA. She's back now talking right. Her doctors are all on board to find out, what's going on. It just could have been one of those things. She's had some changes in medicine, and that could have happened. But she is better today. But she really did scare me. Really did scare me. So my brother-in-law's over there with her right now, and I'll bring her home. So she's doing better. But yesterday, I don't think I've been that scared since my dad had one. Didn't think so. But I'm going to put some bonding moss. This is just I think it was a green bean can. It's just one of those big cans, not the big 303 cans, but that other one. I'm going to put some bonding moss on here, and we're going to applique some coffee stained filters that I had. Oh yeah, Janet, I told my niece to get me a key made. I'm gonna have my brother-in-law make a key and keep it. She has a key to my house, but I've never had a reason really to have one. Now, when my grandma owned the house, I did have a key, but I just never did. I just never did get one. I haven't had to need one. So I'm gonna put this right up through here, but guarantee me I'll have one now. But she was doing a whole lot better. Her best friend is in from Ukraine. She's a missionary over there because her ex-husband passed away. So Stephanie's going to take her to a doctor's appointment, Tulsa. It's in Oklahoma City on Tuesday. Because I've got to take her at the end of the month for a couple of days. Aw, thank you, Dawn. Let me get this closed back because I sure don't want to make a mess here. Yeah, it was my sister. It wasn't Jeff. It was my sister. She's 17 months younger than I am. 17 months younger. I just wanted to put a coat of this on here. So that my paint will stick. Yeah, Andrea beat me to the hospital. She beat me to the hospital. Michelle's daughter rode with her. But Andrea and Randy was there today and watching her, and stayed with her for a while until my brother-in-law could get there. But it was a long day yesterday, let me tell you. I'm not going to paint all the way down the bottom of this, but we're going to let it get sticky. Hey, Penny with Remake It Pretty. Let me kind of put a little cooler heat on it so it'll dry. Sometimes a hot temp, your glue won't dry, it'll just stay sticky. Okay, we got that on there. I am just going to use my drop cloth. And looky there, it opened up because I cleaned off all of my lids. Believe it or not. We're going to put some drop cloth, and I thought I had a bigger brush. I don't need a great big brush because let's just use this one. Let me stir my paint just a little bit. It's a little thick. We're just going to use this drop cloth because I want my paper. I'm going to wax it a little bit, but I don't want it to have a bunch of silver behind it. Hey, Sarah, I'll get you fixed up as soon as I'm done here. Hey, Sharon Rich. But some of the kits will go out Tuesday, and some of them will go Monday, and some will go out Tuesday. It's just going to depend on what all I can get done today and tomorrow afternoon. I think I'm going to go ahead and just kind of paint my bottom here a little bit too. But I appreciate everybody that's been able to watch everybody. Believe me, YouTube is a little bit different than Facebook when you do these events. But I think the weather that happened last night across the U.S., I think it's really affected some of the internet and things like that. Now, I did poke 2 holes right here in the back seam there. And honestly, it wasn't that hard. I just used this little tool right here from Harbor Freight, and it poked a hole right through it. Right through it. Not much effort either. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a line there. Let's fix that. I may come back with a sponge on the bottom to cover that up. Okay. Hey, Mara. Make sure I got my Mod Podge sitting here. But we're going to do this little can, and I just kind of made it with like a little spout. All I have is those really heavy cast iron handles, and it would just tip this little thing over. Okay, now let's get our paint a little hotter. Hey, Gail. Hot, hot, hot. I am going to paint just a little bit inside. Let that cool for just a minute because that's pretty warm. Aw, thank you, Sharon. No, I didn't do a Facebook Live this afternoon because I wasn't expecting it. But I will be back on at 9:15 tonight to fill my own spot that I have. Loretta just had something come up that she had to take care of. So I'll fill in my spot tonight. And so I came up with something quick here today. Let's just paint. I'm gonna paint down maybe an inch and a half. Maybe an inch and a half. Let's get right through there. Okay, we've got that painted. I'm gonna turn this upside down, and I'm gonna give this bottom another coat because I don't think I have enough of my coffee stain filters to get my bottom, but if we do, we'll put one on there. I just kind of want an old little tin here. I think some of them this afternoon might do both. Beth might, I'm not for sure, but I plan on doing both tonight. And I have some wipes here. I was trying to remember what I did with them. I accidentally tore off the little top there, so I need to keep them in a Ziploc bag. Hey, Rosanna. Just Dressier, Just Desserts, 1837. Had to look at that twice. This morning I got up and I made bacon, homemade biscuits, and gravy for Jeff and I. I usually don't get to cook a whole lot anymore, it seems like. He's been doing a lot of the cooking. Let me get that paint off because I've got a hangnail and boy, it hurts when I get paint in it. There we go. All right, let's dry our top here. Not hot. Now, what I'm gonna do is I had, I don't know, maybe 4 or 3 or 4. How many did I have? 1, 2, 3. I had 3 coffee filters and I tore them, and we're just gonna Mod Podge all the way around here. Hey, Lori. Lori, I love that frame. I loved that frame. We're just gonna Mod Podge it on. But I'm gonna get me a sponge in here to do that so that I don't have to wash a lot of brushes. Because I don't know about any other crafter, but I hate washing brushes. It's probably the one thing I don't like. Is it, Dawn? That's kind of surprising because it's loud to me. Let me dry this just a little bit more. I felt some wet paint. This is a Harbor Freight dryer. There, I probably dried my glue, but that's all right. Hot, 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 hot. I just got a little bit here in the lid. I'm gonna just kind of paint me a big spot here. And then I'm gonna come back in here because put some glue because I want that to kind of roll over the edge here. We're just gonna start putting this on. Isn't that crazy? It's not very loud. It's not as quiet as the Ranger. But I was going through so many of those Rangers. It was crazy. I'm gonna put some glue Mod Podge on that little piece right there. And I know my spot's not wide enough, so we're gonna make it as wide as we need it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Mod Podge it down. And if there's wrinkles, that's okay. I'm going to just seal it up with some Mod Podge, and we'll put some wax over it. And then I also have one of my IOD transfer books here we're going to use. Jessica likes this. I tell you what, I just don't like doing brushes. I mean, I'll throw them in the kitchen sink with some Murphy's Oil soap or some Awesome and let them set until Jeff finally says, "Are you going to get these out of the sink?" I get them out, but it's just not like all one setting. Let me get a bit more of that Mod Podge there. Let's kind of go in here. I'm going to overlap that just a little bit, so I'll make sure I've got some glue on the tip of that. And we kind of go up a little bit more because I want that to cover. And we can always come in there and put in a little piece if we need to. Yeah, I'm not big on, I'll wash them, but it's not my favorite thing. It's about like folding laundry. Folding laundry isn't my favorite thing either. I know now why my mom had us girls doing it growing up, because we folded all the laundry that needed to be folded. But I didn't make my girls do that. It's funny, the things that you do growing up, you said you'd never have your kids do, and then some things you do. You washed mine this morning, right? Yeah, you need them to be dry. I know, Janet. Okay, let's kind of just mash that down in there just a little bit. I don't know that my sister's watching. I should have told her I was going to be live. She may be on her way home, though. Okay, I'm just kind of smearing that in there. And I'm just kind of overlapping these. Maybe that's quite about half, because I want to have a lot of different lines on here. You don't mind folding? I tell you what, I don't mind folding towels and things like that. But since I retired, I wear a lot of t-shirts, and I hate folding t-shirts. That's my biggest pet peeve. I went through the other day and I got rid of a bunch of them. Okay, now I've got a couple wrinkles here, and that's okay. I'm just going to use my fingers and kind of smush that Mod Podge down. We're going to get around our first layer on the top, then we're going to dry it. I'm going to get some pieces that's got a little bit of color here. This one I think I'm going to flip this way. And I just took my hands and I just mashed all the way down and kind of indented it right here. We're going to invert this one. We're going to make it where our thick part is up there. Let me get a little bit underneath that. When I was trying to help Michelle yesterday, she has her one dachshund. It's one of her first two puppies that she ever had. She still has Mia. And when I was trying to help Michelle up, and when her daughter-in-law was trying to help Michelle up, Mia about ate us up. She was being very protective of her. Okay, let's dry this one part here. This is going to hold some really cute little springy flowers. But I want it to kind of look old and a little vintagey looking. Let's see, we have from 3:15 to 4. I'm making sure I get my time here. After me is going to be Alicia's backyard crafting with Alicia, or backwoods crafting with Alicia. There's Jeff. He's watching. That's Jeff's YouTube channel there. Ooh, I can smell the coffee. I don't like the taste of coffee, but I love the smell of coffee. Okay, there we go. We got that on there. It's dry. I'm going to set it down. We're going to start layering it. Let me get some more Mod Podge here. That's the worst thing you can do is put it in your lid there, but that's what I had. Okay, let's start right here. I'm going to just kind of go up over that and come all the way down. If we have enough, we'll put on our bottom, and if we don't, maybe I'll just put a little bit like that. I'll have a little bit around the edge of the bottom. That's better than none. Okay. A lot of glue. I'll make sure I get that edge right there. Because when you're layering, you want to make sure you have glue in between all of your layers. Oh, you are, Janet. You are. Okay, I'm going to just kind of start laying that a little bit of glue on my brush. I need to come down a little further. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let this go over because I think I probably have enough. Up, and it's got a little wrinkle. That's okay. Let me take my finger and kind of mash it all around. There we go. You're about what, three hours from us, Janet? Who knows? We may just pick up one day when Michelle feels better and just head that way. Okay, this one I'm going to kind of angle it this way just a little bit. Let me get some more right here. Sometimes you just have to put it on and just kind of guess where you need to put your glue. I'm going to start in the middle. Just like that. Just like that. Whoops. I'm going to take my finger. Whoops. Just like that. And I'm just going through it and just putting a little bit of glue, a little bit of paper, and doing that. Oh yeah, that's his YouTube channel. He's had that one forever. Okay. I'm kind of see where I need this one. Okay, that'll kind of go up and over our bottom. So we're going to come out and just try to find a shape. And I'm just smushing all that glue on there. Oh, I know, Janet. I tell you what, I would love to come back up there. I love seeing that wall. Michelle's been wanting to take a trip. I'll just have to get with Andrea. Okay. I'm going to just kind of use my fingers. We need a little bit more right there, right around the edge. Now, I missed a little teeny tiny spot right there, but I'll put a piece of paper over that. This is the one thing about decoupaging with glue and coffee filters. You get lots of different textured lines. Let me find a really pretty dark one. Let's try this piece right here. It's got a little bit on it. I'm going to just tear it in half. Janet lives in, is it Cape Girardeau? Janet? Okay, I need to come all the way up to that one little piece. Let's turn it this way. Nope, I'm going to miss that piece. So we're just going to have to do some little tiny pieces. Yeah, she just lives about 3 hours north. Okay, we have a little bit showing here, a little bit showing over there. So we're going to work on our ends. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit right here. And get that piece on there. And I'm just going to kind of lay it. Make sure I get that tip. And then I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I'm going to make some little bitty slits. And you always want to start with your middle one. We'll kind of take that in there and rub it down. Take that one over. And I want to put that little fold on the inside there. Let's take that one. And then we're going to take this one up and over. And we're just going to let all that layer. And we're going to finish off our edge there. Okay, let me see if I got any spots up anywhere. Let's do right here. Here's another little piece. We're just going to take a small piece of it. You want to know what town I'm in, Janet, or are you asking Penny? Okay. I'm kind of go like that. And we're just overlapping. It doesn't hurt as many layers as you can get on here. That's just more texture that you can get on your thing here. Whoops. I'm going to just kind of, usually about 4. Okay, I have some glue already down. I'm going to put it right there. That one right there. And we're going to kind of swing that one up and over. And that one up and over. Hey, Carol Ann. Okay, now we just have one little small piece to put on here. And I know with all this glue, my IOD is going to go on here really good. I'm either going to put flowers on it or I'm going to put a label on it. I just don't know yet. We've got a couple of them. My hands are full of glue. Okay, now do I have any sides? We're going to stick this little piece right here. And I have a lot of glue on this thing. A lot of glue. We're going to dry it. And it's going to be a really hard surface. Oops, I need to go a little bit further. Right there. A really hard surface. I'm going to go ahead and let that little piece go up. And I'm going to kind of run my finger around the bottom rim. And then we're going to let that piece go over. Get some glue under it. This is more of a primitive spring project. I'm going to go ahead and put my lid back on that. And we had several, oh wait, we got to fix one place here in the middle. We need to fix right here. So let's put a couple little pieces in here to bring that down. We're going to need some more. We got 13 minutes, guys. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. 45 minutes does go by fast. I'm not going to bring that piece up and over. Whoops. I'm just going to kind of let that go in just a little bit. And we got one little piece here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to butter the back of my filter. That's easier when you're working inside something. Okay, now let's get down there. And one more little spot. And then we're going to go ahead and dry this. We're going to add a little bit to it. I think I can. I think I can, Marie. I think I can get it done. Just slap a little glue on it and stick it on. Okay, come up. There we go. Because we're not going to see the inside of it all the way down in. We're just going to see a little bit of the top. And there we go. We got just enough inside there. Let's dry this real quick. We're either going to use one of these. It has these little flower things on the back of it. Or we might use one out of this new book. One of the two. Let's get this good and dry. So I already have some flowers sitting here. Hold on. Let me get back over to YouTube real quick. I kind of think I want to put one of these little floral seed packets on here. I did see one in here. I kind of like that one. But they have some smaller ones here. I think that'll fit. They have some smaller ones. Here's one that says a flower seed. It's almost like a little tag. I don't want to put it on the back, but I think I'm going to put, maybe I want to put that other one. Let me see. I think I've got another one I might look better. Let me look here. Let me put this long one. I can get it to work underneath. Let's put this long one. It looks a little vintagey looking. We're going to set this one where it'll go right underneath here. Just kind of center it up. We'll kind of move it around with my hands. Oh, we got plenty of time. We still have 9 minutes. Sometimes you can just use your finger, and especially since we've been having a lot of Mod Podge on it, it should stick. Let me get my finger here. Look at that. I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to rub it in really good. And so we have that on the front of it. And then you guys saw me take that rebarb wire. And I don't need all of this. Oh, here's my clippers. There they are. I really only need about half of it. Let me find my holes. There's one right down here. I can feel it. I talked to her this morning and she was hungry. They made her wait to eat. There we go. Now I'm going to bring this up through it because here's what I want to do to make it stay on. I'm going to take it. I'm going to twist it. And then I'm going to kind of flatten it a little bit. So when I pull it out, it's not going to come up. It's not going to come off. Okay, let me find the hole up here, right here. I know I've got one. There we go. Pull that one out. Let's pull this one up. I'm going to start twisting this around down here to kind of lock it in. Okay, let me get my little thing here and start twisting. Because if you don't have a handle, you can just put a piece of wire here. Let me twist that a little bit. Now we have just a little bitty handle, just like that. You don't have to have anything fancy. So let me get my wax here. This is called Best Dang Wax. It's from Dixie Belle. I'm going to just get a stencil brush here that I need to toss. We're just going to kind of go over this a little bit. So we can see all those little crevices. And I am going to go over my little IOD stencil there, or the little rub-on, just to make it look a little aged looking. And I'm making sure I have enough wax on that so I can see all of those little bitty lines, and you can see the lines from the can. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do just a little bit in here, because sometimes people do look down in here. Now, I don't think I've got my glue gun heated up. Nope, I didn't turn it on. That's okay. I have a piece of foam. I'm just going to stick in there. And I have some little bitty flowers. I even went out and got my great big thing here of my spring flowers. I brought them in. We're going to use a little bit of everything in here. Oh, Janet, you know, I've got a fork and spoon on my website that's about that size that I did. And I made it just so I could have one in my kitchen. You know how the old, parents used to have those big forks and spoons? Let's just stick some blue in there. Something springy. I'm going to leave that big piece there. Let me find a spot to cut. There we go. Right there. Okay, let me get on here. I got to make sure I get Alicia on. Now I've got some little itty bitty yellow ones. I think blue and yellow go together really good. Let me find them right here. Let me look something real quick. Okay. Let me see if I can find Alicia there. And I've got these sunflowers right here. And these are just some small ones. These are little bitty tiny, more like a black-eyed Susan. Let's just stick a couple in there. And then I'm going to have to dig. I've got alarms set all day long. Let's just put a little bit in there. And there we go. We just have a cute little project here. I bet it's cute, Jan. You're going to send me a picture when it's done. Let me see if I can find Alicia. But anyway, guys, we got it done. We got it done. I'm going to hop off here real quick so I can get Alicia over on the playlist. I may stick some moss down in here and just put a few more flowers in it. But anyway, guys, make sure you go to the playlist. You can watch everybody there today. And they will always be there. If you saw a project that you want to do, you can go back and refer to it. And we'll see you guys all later. Goodbye, everybody.